Welcome to this short video tutorial. This is the AS Sociology paper. This is just the AS paper. This is not the full A-level paper that I have gone through before. This is the AS. So I know that some of the people that subscribe to this channel are doing the full A-level and they won't be sitting the AS. They'll be doing internal mock exams. But this is for those that are sitting the real paper tomorrow. And it's just a brief reminder about what to expect on this paper one on education with methods in context. Okay, so I'm just referring to last year's paper. When you have a look at the front page, it will have your instructions and your reminders that you need to know. So it's a 90-minute paper. There are 6 questions. Make sure you use black ink. Answer all the questions in the space provided. You get the question booklet will have spaces for you to write your answers in. If you need additional paper, please make sure that you ask your invigilator for it. Plan your answers. Do everything in your written workbook. And everything that gets sent off to the mark board will be marked. Okay. Just a couple more information. The maximum marks is 60. Any questions that are above 10 marks, so that is basically from question 4, 5 and 6, will be out in continuous prose. So good English and written communication skills are relevant on those ones, please. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the short questions then. So you start off with a 2-marker. A 2-marker is always going to ask you to define a concept, and this concept will be from education somewhere or another. Okay, so in the case of last year's, they wanted you to define the hidden curriculum. So what you could have mentioned is something that is not on the formal or the official curriculum, and you might even want to give yourself a little bit of an example. So it could be punctuality, being on time, those types of things are part of the hidden curriculum. If you give just an example, you will get a partial mark, but if you then go on to explain it, you could grab at that second mark. The second short question is another 2-marker. So this one is asking you for one example, explain how selection policies might widen social class differences in educational achievements. So you've got quite a few hooks in the question that you've got to contend with here. So for example, you've got to give an example. You've got to talk about a selection policy and then the impact of how it widens social class differences. So the example is for this first section here, an example of a selection policy. So for example, for this question, you could have mentioned the 11 plus and said for the second mark, how did that widen the educational differences in class? Well, middle class kids are more likely to pass the 11 plus, and that meant they are more likely to go into grammar schools and get academic achievement. So that could be one way. Okay. Moving on to the 6-marker. So this one is asking you for 3 ways. And in this case, it's looking at how school may mirror a work in the capitalist society. So to get the marks, you would have got 1 identification mark for identifying something like there is a hierarchy, and then you will get 1 mark for indicating the hierarchy within a school and how it's similar to a capitalist society. So for example, you might say something like head teachers are in charge, which is similar to bosses being in charge within a capitalist society. So 1 mark for the identification point, 1 mark for the explanation. You have to give at least 3 of them. What I would suggest that you do is you start each new one on a new line, so you can clearly give the examiner, clearly show that you are giving 3 separate points. If you are ever unsure of any, you can always give another, but don't be going mad on that because you don't want to waste time. They are only short questions, these, in order for you to gain some marks. Moving on to the 10-marker. So the 10-marker on the education for the AS and the AS only, you will be asked to outline and explain 2 things. Now, an outline and explain is a question that links 2 parts of the specification together, and they want you to show that you can show knowledge of one part and how that impacts another part. So just to explain what I mean, This one is asking you to give an example of an educational policy and then show the impact that it might have on an ethnic minority group and their experience of school. So for example, popular policies that people went through were things like assimilation policies or even multicultural education policies, and how that might have experienced the ethnic minority groups in education. If I remember rightly, some students wrote about the national curriculum 1988 and how this impacts ethnic minorities because it is ethnocentric and it marginalises the experience of black in particular ethnic groups, and their achievement tends to be lower. So you could have wrote about any of those. And just remember that there is no marks available for evaluation. The marks come from analysis. So if you carry on that theme that I've just said about the national curriculum being ethnocentric, the impact on black students, you could analyse it by comparing it to the achievement of Asian students, who tend to be a little bit more resistant, according to research, to the ethnocentric curriculum, and Asian students tend to have, such as Chinese or some Indian students, have high levels of achievement, and you would get your analysis marks from that way, but no marks for evaluation. Just a quick reminder of that one. Okay. Moving on to the bigger questions. So now you've got a 20 marker. It is a 20 marker on the AS paper only. If you are doing the full A level, it would be a 30 marker. Okay, but I would structure it pretty much in the same way. So make sure that you read the item carefully. The item is there to give you clues. I would suggest that you hook your material from the item as well, because it will give you a little bit of ideas and it'll stop you going off topic a little bit too much. It does give you a little bit of hints and clues. So use the item and also read the question and highlight any trigger words which will help you stay focused on what the question wants you to do. So for example, your trigger word should be the item. Like I've just said, it'll give you lots of clues. Evaluate, so you're not just giving one viewpoint, you are criticising or showing opposing views. And then the differences in educational achievement. So please make sure that you are linking into the educational achievement of the gender and say it. Say, this is causing boys to underachieve. This is causing a rise in girls' achievement. Be really obvious when you are talking about achievement. And then this question was asking about in-school factors. Okay, so it gives you a couple of clues within here. So for example, you have got female head teachers. You might mention things like role models and things like that. It does mention females teachers, and it does mention about boys and girls as well, so make sure that you are identifying those. It only gives you a little bit of a hook, so they're expecting you to show a little bit more breadth of knowledge. For example, equal opportunities policies, just and wise is one of the reasons, teacher labelling, role model, feminisation of education. These are all factors that are in school factors, and then it does give you the hook that they want you to talk about some external factors as well. But make sure that it follows logically on from the points that you've just been making, and make sure that you show some sort of evaluation as well, that it's not just the internal factors. Make sure that you then debate it, so you are showing that on the one hand in-school factors do have a massive impact on gender achievement, however they are linked to external factors. So where you've got role models within school, what role models have kids got, like boys and girls got outside of school? Do they interact? So things like that, show links where you can. And to get those higher marks. And then your final question on this page, or on this paper, should I say, on this page, what am I on about? The final question is in methods in context, my most favourite. I absolutely adore teaching methods in context. Okay, so again, this is exactly the same on the full A-level paper as it is on the AS paper, so it's really good practice for the full A-level this. It asks you to give your strengths and weaknesses of a method and apply it to a given context, and they give you some hints about that context there, about that student, which then might provide a barrier for you to research those. Okay, so this is using written questionnaires to investigate working class underachievement. Okay, so you need to give strengths and weaknesses of the written questionnaires. I would structure your answer by saying, well, a written questionnaire is a set of fixed questions that are prepared for in advance that students can answer. It's mostly quantitative data. It's tends to be closed questions. Positivists like it. That might be a bit of an intro, and then structure your answer through the practical, ethical, theoretical. Address each one in turn, and each time try to apply it to studying in a school and also studying within this context. So for example, material deprivation is a really sensitive topic. So if you're asking working class kids, how much money does your mum and dad earn? They might not be particularly honest. It might be, they might get a bit embarrassed for things like that. If you're asking questions which are going to working class, you might want to look at their literacy levels if they're low achievers. Things like that. So they might not be able to fill in the questionnaire, they might not be able to understand the questions. If they're anti-school, they might see this as homework, so they might forget to fill it in, and things like that. So these are, put yourself in the mindset that you are a researcher and you've got these types of students in front of you. Are they really going to fill in this questionnaire for you, and are they not? If you do want further guidance on how to do the methods in context, have a look at some of the model answers that I've got on there as well, and also look at the banding. That will give you a little bit of an idea about how it's graded as well. So band 1, 2 and 3 literally are about the method only. It's band 4 and band 5 where you are applying it to these groups. But this is just a simple overview of the AS paper that is going to be sat tomorrow morning. So I want to give you a massive good luck for those that are sitting it. Again, I must reiterate, it is an AS paper, so if you are doing the full A level and not the AS, please disregard this email. But as always, thank you for listening, and good luck in your upcoming exams.